main points to focus on. They're calling you because they have questions, so you simply answering questions without opening the door too wide, without giving too much of information, not overloading them, and not giving professional terminology, explaining the process. Yeah, you're just answering in the simplest, easiest way possible. And then it's also opportunity for you to figure out, do you even want to take this client? Is it workable for you? And after that, it's just, matter of technicalities. Okay, my next opening is then. You're ready. They may not even be ready yet. They're just exploring what's available. If a caller does not bring up schedule, what's date available, or a price, don't give it to them. They will feel pressured. If they ask, no reason to hide it. say how much it is. Get a calendar physical, because if you're using digital on a phone, you cannot have a conversation and flip through your calendar. And a computer is not always going to be. Probably not carrying it around with your purse. You might have to call from not home. So physical calendar. As the day goes on, people leave messages. I don't answer phone because I work during the day with clients. I can't be talking on the phone. But then if I have a break or in the evening, I sit down, I get my notebook, take notes, and I open the calendar. As I talk, because it might be few calls in a row I have to make, I'll forget if I don't write things down. I'll get name, I'll mark phone number, whatever they say. I need a list of issues because those are separate appointments. If I'm not paying attention and I miss 12 different issues, and I say, okay, let's book for one appointment because they wanted one, I just wanted to try one. I'll say, okay, and they will assume that we're going to fix all of it in one appointment. So make sure that I'm writing the list and it's in front of my eyes. If you are not ready to commit to it, give them answer, how many sessions, how much it's going to cost. You simply say, my next appointment is already coming up. Unfortunately, I have to get off the phone, but I will get back to you this evening. And you just put it in email proposal. This is how many sessions it will take, one session if this is just a single issue. And this is how much it's going to cost. And this is my first availability. Give them maybe 3 time windows. If those don't work, we'll figure it out. But for now, this is what's open. Here's what's next. Once you decide you want to proceed, I will send you invoice. Along with this, I will send you the forms to fill out, which I will need before the appointment happens. That's all.
Sounds so easy. I was sweating today when I had that client.
Whatever they ask, if they're ready to book, you book them. You just give yourself enough time to figure it out.
So if I go on Zoom, open up a Zoom account,
you register with your email address first. You register for free account. It's not enough to run appointment. It only gives you 45 minutes. But first, just register and give yourself time to figure out all the technical parts. Watch their tutorials, watch other people talking about it on YouTube, how to set up appointment, how to send link, how to schedule, how to record. Figure this all out. When you're ready to do appointments, it's a subscription base. You don't need to pay for the time you're not working yet.
right?
When you're ready, you schedule a workshop, maybe presentation or appointment, only then pay. Before that, you don't need to pay.
And it's a monthly payment?
You can do monthly or a year. I do per year. It's cheaper then. As an option, you can try Skype. It does have recordings capability and multiple participants too, just like on Zoom. I used to do Skype appointments. Recording wasn't even an option. I even didn't think of recording then when I started. Nobody expected it.
Right.
And then only when I started running classes regularly, everybody, why you not recording it? I never even thought about it
Right.
because I'm so used to doing things in person. So I started using Zoom. When COVID happened, Skype added lots of options. It just looked like I have to learn a whole new set of skills to figure
Right.
things
That's
out. Like, okay, I'll just keep paying. I'm okay with it. It's working. I'll just stick with what's working. No need to complicate. But if it doesn't make any difference for you, if you still start and you still have to figure out, see if maybe you can stick to free plan with Skype.
the first thing though I should do is website's
Website, then you
gonna
go.
take me a month.
No, it's not gonna take you months. You have
Okay.
all the drafts. Just all you need to say who you are, put your picture, where you're located. Don't
Well, I'm
put
not
your
worried about
home
that.
address.
I'm actually worried about how do I figure out this computer to do that is what I'm saying.
You
That's
go
gonna
on
take,
YouTube, put the name of your computer in the model, and some boy will teach you for free.
okay. So website,
Design forms because you will probably need a little different for different services. For smoking cessation, for sure you want separate because there's different questionnaire, different information you need, and preparing them differently. So at least do one for smoking cessation and then for regular. Adapt the templates that I gave you. So have that ready. And then also go figure out what are you going to use for payments. For me, because I started a long time ago, PayPal was easier. People use Stripe and some say they like it more. Programming, like even pay buttons, programming on Stripe is more complicated. At least that's what I feel like.
but you can also e-transfer, eh? Like just for now. No?
The money,
Yeah, I
you need to do
e-transfer my massage therapist.
well, you can. It's nice to have invoice in case something happen, and then people also use it. Like maybe work will cover partially. They want official
Not in
invoice.
Canada.
Don't wait till last moment. When you're pressured and rushing, you will make mistakes or you'll forget something. Do it ahead of time. Pre-design the invoices. There is a way to do it by the hour. So for single session, put your logo if you have any, put your website, phone, all the business information, hourly rate. At the bottom, there is a place for is it non-refundable, refundable, non-refundable, and then you put a little note there. Also, I don't offer refunds. Life happen. In case that you need to reschedule, let me know ahead at least 48 hours, like 2 days or 3 days. You decide what works for you. You don't want cancellations last moment. So it should be on the invoice. Then also you're going to design separate invoice for the program. That's a bit complicated. You have to figure out on PayPal or if you're going to use Stripe, how to do recurrent payments. So that's different invoice.
What are the reoccurring payments for? Like for a program?
Yes, if you're going to do a series of sessions, it's easier if you charge ahead of time. But if it's a lengthy program, it might be too much money for person. Then you're going to split it by monthly payments or something. Just make sure that you get paid before each session happens. And for recurrent payments, you can preset there. Are you sending it bi-weekly, monthly, or even every week? And then if you're going to do like healing circle subscription, then you can do just monthly payments there. So this is for invoicing. And if you're going to sell digital products, which you're not selling through other platforms like Etsy or a Podio, then you need to design pay buttons. You go, whichever you're going to use, PayPal or Stripe, and you'll find it. Buy button.
Oh,
And
yes.
it's like template. It will take time, but it's not that complicated. That's it for the payment. You can use program like Square if you want people to book on their own and pay through that. That simplifies things. Younger
like that.
generations, you will never get them on the phone. They don't want to talk. Can I just book on my own? They
Can I
may
just text
send
you?
text. People are so different. Somebody wants to talk, somebody don't. Then you have to go there, set up your account, connect it to your bank account for the payments, provide all the business information, verify your account, and then you format the calendar, what's available. You don't want it to be always open because then you're not going to have life. And then also there is the option how close you let them book. You don't want them to book on the same day. You might be out of town. Give yourself whatever you need, 3 days or even a week or 2 weeks. And how far in advance? You don't want them to book if you don't have any work. You don't want them to book after Christmas. So like window, maybe 1 month. And the hours all programmable. And then what else is there important? And okay, and the payment. There are options. They can just book. You don't want them to book. They'll never show up without paying. You want the option with prepayment. They have to pay in full to be able to book. So they won't be even be able to book. So you format it in their platform and then you link it, embed it into your website. You never have an appointment before getting paid in full. There is no way for you to get it after that.
I have to learn how to make a logo.
You don't need a logo. Use your name, put your picture. That's a list you need to worry about. Logo in our business, what for? People wait for years to start a business because they haven't decided on the name of the business. It's not crucial. It'll make no difference. You just use your own name. You know, when you're receiving emails, we all receive hundreds of emails and you see where it came from. I may deal with a business for years and it's still hard for me to remember who is who. But if they use a real name, like human name, I remember exactly what kind of
Right.
business we do, when, what they want from me. I know exactly. So when you do your even Gmail account, I know lots of people use business name. I don't even know what came from. I'm not sure if I even want to open it. Yeah, use your name everywhere. And then people will remember you and your photo. You don't want to drastically change your appearance all the time because you want people to remember your face.
Guzelia, for your day book that you take the notes in from the calls, like, do you have like one day is a page? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Did I give template? It's probably with the forms. I'll have to look again. So what I have there, phone intake, because
Oh,
I
you know
may
what?
forget who there is, when they called. Sometimes on the phone, I can say we need 4 sessions. Then when it comes to invoice, I don't remember what I told them. So I've created like template. And then I also mark invoice sent or a paid on invoice because in the beginning, there were a couple of times I have a client in the office and I don't remember whether paid me or not.
mhm.
Because when you start having them, one after another, then you do like 5 calls every day. It's all mixes in and you don't remember things. So I have like template where I mark paid, not paid, how many sessions, and
You may have that on the forms. I remember seeing
It's-
something.
I remember because I have digital form for this.
I haven't looked at those forms probably in 3 months, but I remember that there was a lot of forms and
I do write follow up, what to supplement, because as I talk, I may in a moment have ideas what I need to send them, and it will be different from everybody else. But by the time I finish, and even after 5 other clients, I won't remember what I wanted to send them. So I take notes. If we need other appointments, I'll mark it there too.
So where can we buy it though, Guzalia?
On Amazon, $9.99.
Okay, well, it might be easier for me to buy that right now than to do that one on my own right now.
Get notebook that is always with your calendar, so it's all in one
Mhm.
place. Make sure you put date, the phone numbers, the name. What else is scary?
And knowing how much to charge, like that's something I've not thought about either.
Well, you look around in your local area, see how much people for the same services, how much, and the programs like for smoking cessation, for past life regression, how much they charge. You want to find out the highest and the lowest. You want to be a little bit above the middle in the beginning, and then you slowly make your way up.
The benefit for me is well, it's a benefit and a non-benefit. We have maybe 7,000 people in our town. And the closest hypnotist is, the closest is 2 hours away. So there's not a lot of, they have to drive there, they have to drive back. That's 4 hour day.
Don't limit yourself. It's not a big enough market to build a full time.
Yeah.
Focus on building online presence. It's nice that there is no competition in the towns, and you can do healing circle, meditation circle, self-hypnosis, and there is nobody else to do this. It's great, but don't limit yourself. 7,000 people. It's not enough to build full time.
No.
Don't know what you would start with. 150 maybe, like in my area would be average, I think. Maurice, have you checked the rates? Who charges what?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Thinking off the bat, 75 and up.
75?
Too cheap. No, you don't want to
Give
see.
me your address. I'll come over and slap you.
Yes.
That's too low.
Yeah.
At least $150. At least.
$150 an hour?
Yeah.
You thinking the same thing, Cheryl, in Canada?
I'm thinking,
Yeah.
wow,
150 an hour?
I'm probably gonna go higher.
wow. I need to.
View your services as luxury. We're not running emergency room. We're not doctors.
Right.
Nobody.
Luxury item.
Huh?
Mhm.
Luxury item.
Yes,
Yeah.
nobody has to have it.
I think if I'm gonna do a smoker, then I'll definitely charge that.
Yeah, because they're paying
I'm
20
saving
bucks.
them. Yeah, I'm gonna save
I mean,
them
a pack of
some
cigarettes
money.
is 25 bucks or whatever.
Maurice, you can do $400 for 2-hour session easily.
400 for 2
smoking.
hours for smoker?
400,
Wow.
yeah. If you don't feel confident, you can do like
No, I can.
for session 2 hour and 40 minutes, 45 minutes booster session, reinforcement session. For $500, you'll have people line up. You know, when COVID just happened, I was charging $400 for 2 hours in single session. I had so much clients, it was popping out of my ears. If you need quick cash, this is the way. You can charge easily 400. Yeah, for
Okay, you know
regular
what?
hypnosis, at least 150 in the beginning. Then you just start in increments, adding little, more.
You've really encouraged me to sit down and do that boot camp and to sit down and start figuring out this computer now.
Mhm. So, I mean, massage therapy, I mean, it's an hour. An hour is like $110 or 100 up to 150, depending on where you live. So this is so much more than a massage.
When you
Yeah.
writing descriptions or even talking, don't say it's just one appointment, 1 hour. Call it program or a service because it entails so much more than this appointment.
Yeah.
Prep work,
Yeah.
after work, it's a
Yeah.
whole program. So they don't have this idea they paying you for this 1 hour that much.
Yeah.
Word it in a way, this is a service or call it program. Whereas listening, smoking cessation is not just one appointment, it's a program. Whether you do one appointment or not, because you're going to send stuff before and after. Don't try to sell to people that don't have money. That's why you're going to be creating videos and write your articles to help people who cannot afford to hire you. That's how you
Right.
provide public service, giving stuff to those who cannot pay. But your clients above average income,
Right.
people with regular salaries, they don't even know what hypnosis is. And then I remember when I was really struggling, it would never occur to me, go look for a hypnotist or a coach or a therapist. It never crossed my mind. The only problem is how I'm going to make rent and how I'm going to buy food for my child. They're not searching for it. Position yourself as a luxury service because
But if we think about it, think about how much people pay for a purse.
exactly. And then
They pay
you
$1,200 for a purse.
you need to be ready to listen to all sorts of sad stories. People, I don't have anything to eat. My children start. Why are you calling me? You should be looking for a job. Why? You don't need hypnosis. You don't need to do past life regression if your children are starving. Yes, that's the kind of people will be calling. Well, I'm on Medicaid, but I really want to do past life regression. Like, what for? It's not life's necessity. You don't need to have it. Absolutely. You don't need to have it. Also, yes, it can change people's life, but nobody has to have it.
And if you think about it, though, especially for smoking cessation, think about the money that you're saving these people over 1 year, like, or even a month. Some people
Months,
2 packs of cigarettes a day. That's $50 a day.
$300-400 per month in Maryland. That's what my smokers say. This is what they pay for cigarettes. But it's not just that. I mean, health, life is on the line. Not every place will hire you if you're a smoker. Your medical insurance costs more. If you're dating, not everyone will date you if you're a smoker. I remember a woman called and she's like sobbing on the phone, sobbing. She's struggling. She doesn't have any food, really crying there. I'm like, okay, I'll give you discount. And she is, how much is this? And I said, how much already discounted. What? I already spent all my salary for a new purse, $5,000 Louis Vuitton, but she couldn't pay my fee. Okay, crying, yeah. And I'm like, don't worry about it. She said, really, yeah, take your purse every time you get your migraine, apply your purse to your forehead.
Yeah.
And she's like, there is pause on the phone. She said, is it going to help? No, it won't. But it will remind you about the poor choices you're making in life.
Did she end up coming?
No.
Yeah, people sometimes don't see past their face.
Remember that word telemarketing used to be, nobody says it anymore, but they were on the phone calling, selling some air conditioners or purifiers, something high end. So the company hired me to help them come up with a, they call it script, sales call script. We did different exercises, and somebody asked the question. Sometimes people on the phone say that they don't have money at all, and it might be really true that they don't have money. So, and I said, don't sell your high-end products to people that don't have money. And the person that was typing, like transcribing everything, made a mistake, and it went into the scripts instead of just a workshop transcription.
Whoops.
So you have high quality products, I said. Why would you sell it to people that don't have money? So they used it as a script along with the others. And when I went for follow-up, that one made the most closing sale.
That's too funny.
I'm sorry, we have high-end, high-quality product. We don't sell it to people that don't have money.
That's hilarious. So now they have to keep up to that.
So I'm collecting data, what worked, because I need to know too. And this one, like, where did you get this? Well,
Oh my God.
you
that's
gave it to us. Like, no, I didn't. And then, well, that must be, I remember after that, it was from the actual workshop.
That's hilarious.
If we have high quality, high-end product, we don't sell it to people that don't have money. So to me, it was a revelation every time. In my head, I don't sell to people. This is a luxury service. Nobody has to have it. It's extra.
So do you suggest we say that?
That's a good reminder
Apparently.
for yourself. In your head, it's a good reminder.
That's funny.
Yeah. And then, you create free stuff for YouTube. You're giving away your expertise, your knowledge, you're helping people, and then you're not going to feel guilty that you're not giving stuff and discounts when people cry for it. Sylvia, I think, said today, the part where you have to have a conversation during appointment is scary. Hypnosis is straightforward. You have scripts, you know what to do. Outside of it, I just want to say that you have a normal human conversation. You have friends complaining, you know what to say to them the same way. But if you don't feel comfortable, you don't need to have any of it. You don't need to coach them, advise, nothing. Right? The goal is clear. I understand you. Get yourself comfortable, close your eyes, and it's it. You don't need to talk outside of hypnosis if you don't feel comfortable. But it will come naturally. Have to train yourself to be on a clock. To me, it was very hard. Once people feel connected, there is a human being that cares, they don't want to let you go. They kind of latch on. That will take a bit of practice. Stay on a clock. I have actual mechanical clock on the other wall, constantly watching, because digital on computer, it doesn't give you this perception that you have 15 minutes left. And if you have trouble with this, you can set alarm on your computer or on the phone video. Make it actually loud so your client hears this. All right, I'm reminded that my next appointment starts in a few minutes.
But that wouldn't be during the actual hypnosis, correct? Or
That's
it
why you
could
need to be
happen,
on.
right?
You need to be on a clock.
Mhm.
You need to stay within your time frame.
Mhm.
Don't make a habit of stretching in your appointments. You need to be paid for your time, but also once you start booking few appointments, you can't make other people wait.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, journey maybe 25, 30 minutes if you're doing just journey. Okay, I have 15 minutes before, 15 minutes after. If you're doing something more complex, you need like 45 minutes sometimes if you're
Mhm.
working deeper. Now, okay, I have to hurry up. Few minutes before, few minutes after, and make sure we watched my demos. Sometimes with hypnosis, I start rushing like because I know appointments coming up. It feels awkward too. It's as though you're rude, trying to get rid of them. In the office, it was a small medical clinic. We had a lady receptionist. Because I couldn't say, you go away now, we're done. It was really strange. Like, how can I say? Shouldn't they know our time is up? And even if I already said, okay, our time is up, we're done. I'm standing with the door open, and they kept talking and talking and talking. I didn't feel comfortable with interrupting. So I agreed with the receptionist. She'd knock on the door. Guzali, your next client is already here. Like, okay. Yeah, but then you get comfortable with this. At first, it is really kind of weird. But if you start right away, focusing
I
on
did the same
freeing
thing at the
yourself.
bank. I did the same thing at the bank because I was so booked and I only had a certain time frame. People coming in and they're starting to talk and talk and talk.
Yeah,
It's time
yeah,
to go through all the forms. So it was uncomfortable at first, but then you get, like you said, you get used to it and it's just next.
yeah. You can always say, okay, can you please put it in writing for me? Send me email. Clear. 1, 2, 3. Whatever's bothering you. Or we can discuss it next appointment. You ready to book next one?
Yes.
And then this transition from beginning where you're doing intake and then into hypnosis, sometimes hard to stop them talking. Okay, let's focus. We're on the clock. Time for hypnosis.
To best serve you, please close your eyes now.
Can you kindly shut your mouth?
I say, okay, let me remind you how hypnosis works. I talk and you listen. Close your eyes now.
I like that. It's abrupt, but it's gentle.
Sometimes gentle doesn't cut.
Right.
Yes. Okay. Oh, clock. Burn the time.
So, Rosalia, you ever had a client where you didn't do like a 15, 20-minute intake? Were there times when you had a client just come in and
Sometimes men are like this, older men. They're not open to conversation. And like I would ask few questions. I see they're not very open. Oh, okay, get yourself comfortable in the chair. We're starting. If the conversation doesn't go, they're not
oh,
willing
okay.
to answer questions or whatever. Some are just not open. Sometimes older people, they're really nervous.
Mm.
Or you can see they're skeptical. Yeah, okay. We're ready to do hypnosis now. That's fine.
That's the part I want to get to. Well, I was one of my concerns, but I realized, like even last time we did a thing with when I did a thing with Cheryl, and something just came naturally. I was concerned that when am I gonna get to that point where if I have to do something on the spot?
Yeah, if
If
you worry that something will come up that you're not ready for, don't ask too many questions.
okay,
If you had a discussion prior on the
mm,
phone or email, and you got yourself ready to work with a specific issue, and you have already plans, don't talk too much, then because they'll add to it, and you'll feel confused, like, and what am I doing now? Stick to the plan then. You can
okay,
always talk after this following up, after the actual hypnosis. After that, and you give them advices. I will send you email with other recording or with this one. I'd like you to listen to it at least twice a week and also monitor your progress. If I'm recording the session, if I've done regression to traumatic event, I'm going to cut that out, but I will
okay,
still use the whatever I've recorded from the session at least with general suggestions. I don't want to waste
Right.
it. I will still
Okay.
give it to them. And I'll say, recording of our appointment at least twice a week. Well, at least twice more during the first week, I will say. But I also give them a lot of other things to work with. And those I will kind of like prescribe them. Do grounding in the morning and in the evening. Do deep breaths during your lunch break, or take a 3-minute break every 2 hours at work and do this. And I have literally like 3-minute recordings, 4, 5, bunch of them.
Okay, gotcha.
So you do this first thing in the morning, this before falling asleep. This is when you have time. This is when you feel bad. This is when you had a fight with your husband or whatever. This is when you crave sugar, kind of like that. And I would write it all in the
That
email
sounds good.
after the
That sounds good.
session. When I'm done with my day, usually around midnight, I sit down, cut all the stuff, because I don't want them to have sometimes whole session. If it's okay, then whole session. And then what else is applicable, and write all the instructions, kind of summarizing everything we talked about it, so they cannot say they didn't remember. Well, they simply cannot remember everything because they were overwhelmed during appointment. I would dump too much information on them, and then also they get really emotional during hypnosis. They're not going to remember. So I'll just summarize and write it all out. See how helpful it is to have things already drafted, at least things that you're going to do in the same way. You can pre-draft emails, follow-ups. On every smoker, you will be checking a couple of days later. Pre-draft it, save it in one folder. So you just pull it, adjust it, and send.
That what you just suggested is very impressive. You know, it comes to mind like a mental prescription.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
like you know, you take, and it's really important that people have mental
Routine.
prescriptions.
Routine.
Yeah,
If they knew
because
what to do, they'd be doing it. If you just dump
yeah,
here, use it when you
'cause
feel like it. They're not
most
going to
things,
do it.
yeah.
They're not
Plus,
going to.
most things that we take is for our physical body. Like we'll take some vitamins, we'll take some this, some that, but we don't take anything, any mental prescription. Most people. So that's a good
Yes.
idea too. You know.
Also, when you do series, like a program, 4, 6, 12 sessions, you're going to supplement with more things. Don't give it all at once. After each session, you give few things
Little.
or even
Okay.
one thing, and then you have them implementing it. So not all at once, it's difficult and overwhelming. One technique throughout the week or 2 techniques throughout the week, it layers and becomes natural, and they're not overwhelmed. Start with grounding after the session. From now on, every morning and evening, 3 minutes you're going to devote. I have a really short recording. Even from the phone, they can log in. Those I have stored in Dropbox too. So they don't even have to download it anywhere. They can simply log in and listen. It doesn't matter where they are. Well, maybe deep breaths I'll teach them first week, grounding, shielding. And then whole week they have to fit it into the schedule and do it every day in the same way. Next appointment happen, I'll add another technique or two. Now if they continue doing what they did the previous week, but then also adding one thing. Now they're not just brushing teeth, they also combing their hair. So you're building up routine. You want to teach them skills that they can stick to for a long time, because doing it once or twice not going to help at all. You want to help them redesign their lifestyle. Dumping everything at once, they're not going to do anything. It's too much. But if you do it by layer, by layer, by layer, just like we do course, I didn't tell you everything about hypnosis in one class. One thing build up onto another, onto another, onto another. Then it becomes habit and they will do it forever. And then it's really useful.
Just give me some ideas. You're a spark, Gazalia.
Life will make you smart. We have a saying in Russian, hunger is not your end, meaning it's not going to be kind to you. You'll have to figure things out.
Well, and Maurice, this is a good reason why you're going to be charging more than $75.
Yes, I wasn't having the mindset, hey, this is a high end,
You are high end, mister.
you know?
You see, you charge a little money, then it'll be over the top if you're giving extras.
It'll be what?
Absolute minimum. Absolute minimum. And then the results will be minimum. And then you will feel resentful and your client's not gonna be happy.
Mhm.
Charge more so you can give more.
Right, that's the point.
And everybody feels good.
Yeah, you won't be resenting it.
Yeah. Whatever fee you charge, reflect on that amount after you've done with the client. See how it
Say
feels.
that again?
Right.
Whatever fee you're charging, the amount, reflect on it after, right after appointment, after you're done with the client. How
Uh-huh.
does it feel? Do you feel content? Do you feel good about it? Or you're
Oh, okay.
resenting? Especially once you start having few appointments per day. I remember dragged my feet home. All I could do just lie on the couch. It ain't worth it. Time to raise the price.
We tend to give a lot of stuff away for free and we don't realize it.
Well, 1 appointment, 2, 10 even. But can you do that for a long time with that fee? Is it enough? Is it sustainable, or you just donating your time? Don't even think that you are selling healing. Healing is free. You're selling your time and expertise. I say to people, oh, healing should be free. Like, it's free. Heal yourself all you want. You don't need
But
me.
we
Healing's
also
free.
We also have to remember all of the healing we've done ourselves in order to be able to offer this. Like, look at how many times we've had snot balls in this class and, leave here and ponder on things and have to figure out things in our own life. That we have to take that into consideration also.
One of the reasons why I even don't jump out of what I'm doing 9 to 5 is because I want to do healing stuff at a reduced price. Because I feel like the healing and the caring for people is like a calling for me. I want to keep this other thing where I don't have to worry about charging people. So charging people a high amount. So I keep this thing, and this thing is really taking up a lot of my time.
And for people to put value on it too. Like if you're giving things away for cheap or free, then they may not think, oh, well,
That's true. That's true.
it's not really
That's
worth
true.
me paying attention to. This is just a $50 session.
That's true.
So my friend, my girlfriend, she was curious about past life regression. She asked me to do it. I didn't charge anything. We were friends. Then she came back for another one. Then she said she wants to do third one. I'm okay. And then we didn't do it yet. We planned. We set time. And then she comes over. I had a dinner for friends. And she comes over. I'm doing something in the kitchen, and they talking at the table, and I can hear. So they're asking, so you did the hypnosis with Guzala? Did it work? And she's like, I don't believe in hypnosis. It kind of did, but I'm not sure. I thought the sessions went phenomenal. Snot bubbles and everything. And it's so long, past life regression takes a lot out of you. And she's sitting at my table eating my food. I said, I don't even believe in it. It wasn't good enough for her. So I said, no more.
She knew that you heard her?
She probably didn't expect it, but I said it right there. I called her out.
Oh, okay. You said it right there.
Called her out in front of everybody?
I did.
Oh, good for you. Tell us how.
So you don't believe it, but what made you to waste all this time?
No, why did you want the
And
third
wasn't good
appointment?
enough when you were crying here for an hour? It didn't go the way you thought it would go? Thank you very much. That's how you thank me for my time. And I thought you're sitting here in my house at my table eating my food and crapping like this for the work I gave you for free.
Mm-hmm.
Bet you learned how to set boundaries then, eh, Guzalia?
We're still friends. She doesn't ask me for anything because she did afterwards. It was a while after that. She's like, can I get a reading from you? Like, I'll send you invoice. You look at the calendar on the website and book at the time that is convenient for you.
I think I'm 9 weeks out.
So we did this morning. We did the mock appointment, for example.
I know I don't want this client. I said, I think I'm 9 weeks out.
I'm like, and I don't know if hypnosis even will work. I don't believe in it. And other people try to hypnotize me. Do you think you can help me? And Sylvie like, I am booked 9 months out.
I saw red flags everywhere now.
You're smarter than me.
I'm starting to realize what my worth is. Guzelia's
Yes.
been helping me with that.
I know she's doing that with me too.
Mm-hmm.